So how Lightning Network routing works, essentially Lightning Network is going to try and find a path of least resistance. So there's a lot of nodes between you and your destination. It's essentially going to choose the shortest path. So a quick example I'll show you is, so we'll go to open node. So this is just a node, essentially someone running a server of Lightning Network Daemon, and we're doing the exact same thing when we're running Lightning Network Daemon. So copy this, come back to here, go to graph lookup, query routes, paste this in, remove the IP address and port, and put in, let's say 20,000, query route. So you can see there's a lot of hops here. So it's about 6 hops, and essentially it's a long path for our funds. When we send funds, it's going to go to here first, then to here, then to here, then to here, then to here, then finally end up in our destination. So essentially it's going to try and find a shorter path. If you want to maximize fees, essentially you want to open a channel with maybe this guy here or this guy here to essentially shorten this path so you can get maximum fees. And that's all this routing is. Because on the closest path between these two nodes, or the short, so it's one hop, so it goes from here to me to this guy. Essentially, I'm getting all these fees because it's the shortest path. And that's all you're doing when you're providing liquidity or a path for people to send funds across Lightning Network. So what I'm going to show you now is how to loop. Essentially, we'll go to this other channel here so it makes a bit more sense. So we're going to go to services, loop, start loop out. And essentially what we're going to do is convert our Lightning funds to Bitcoin main chain funds. So essentially the funds that are stored in these channels right here. So these funds here that are stored in this, the local balance that are stored in the channels. We're going to convert them back to main chain by sending them back to our on-chain address. So what I want to show you real quick is how to try and ensure that this works. Because Lightning Network has low liquidity right now, because it's still in its early days, unfortunately, a lot of these loop outs won't work. So let's copy this. You don't really need the full details. So come here, paste this in, and remove this details here, and then put 20,000. You can see it's an absolute ton of hops between you and your loop out. So the chances of this working is next to 0 because it's just not going to go through all these hops. And let's say you want to loop out, you're not going to want to loop out 20,000. You don't want to probably loop out like 2 million. And it says insufficient local balance. Oh, sorry, let's reduce that to 200,000. And you can see that the chances of this happening is very slim. Whereas if you connect to a peer and channel like this one here, which I have, as you can see here, this one here, so it connects to a channel closer. Now the chance of success is way higher because it's only 3 hops. So I go to lookup, query routes, paste it in, same destination, remove this bit here, and then now put 250,000. You can see it's only 4 hops now, so the chance of it working is a lot higher. And so let's just do a quick demonstration. So you're going to go to loop, and you can see how successful previously. Start loop out. And let's go 2 million. Make sure it's 2 million. Yep, 2 million. Estimate quote. Next, initiate loop. And then we'll have to wait about 20-30 minutes before it's going to work. So what we have initiated here essentially is we go to graph lookup and go query routes. Put back in that loop node. Put in the 2 million Satoshis. What we can see is that we've sent basically 2 million Satoshis to here, they've sent to here, they've sent to here, and they've forwarded to here, to our loop node. And essentially in exchange for us giving them 2 million Lightning Satoshis, they're going to send us back our main chain funds back to our Bitcoin address, which is back here on our on-chain funds, and they're going to send it to here, essentially. And as you can see, this is the previous one where they sent the 3 million, and eventually we're going to get the on-chain funds from our 3 million, just like this one. So when you first open your first channel, you're going to have no inbound liquidity or no ability to receive funds. This can be a problem if you're a business and you want to receive funds. You're not going to be able to until you basically send funds off to either your Phoenix wallet or have someone open a channel with you so that they can send funds to you. But essentially, without sending funds off, you're going to have no ability to receive funds. So this is what the loop out function does. Essentially, you're sending funds from your local on-chain balance to the loop node, and the loop these are Lightning funds you're sending to them, and in exchange for those Lightning funds, they're going to send you on-chain funds. So basically, refunding that money you've sent them.